With the practice questions, can you give us some indication of how many you were doing and when you started doing them before, say, the HSC?
Yeah. So I think I started doing them probably end of term two, if I remember correctly. And I would probably be doing maybe 4 practice questions a week, probably. I can't remember how many, like, I think probably towards trials and HSC, I was doing full-timed essays because I obviously wanted to kind of, simulate exam conditions to make sure I could get everything out, that I wanted to say in that time. But I was probably doing about three to four practice questions or practice plans a week just for a question. And then I'd usually towards trials and HSC, I'd start taking these to my teachers. And I'd be like, hey, could you please have a look at this and tell me what you think? Is this right? Am I on the right track? I would get some feedback, do it again, and then kind of bring it back and just keep kind of really making sure I was getting to the crux of the question. But yeah, I think doing practice questions just consistently all throughout the year is really key for society and culture.
Yeah, because I think a lot of students tend to leave practice questions a little bit late, whereas in your case, you're actually doing them early, getting feedback, making adjustments, actually kind of cross-checking that with your notes and making sure you've included all of the relevant examples and you've got the distinguishing parts as well. So I think that's really important. So students out there who are thinking, oh, I should do all my notes and then a day or two before do practice questions, I think that's kind of going the wrong way and you should be doing practice questions up front. Would you suggest even doing them before you're fully comfortable with all of your notes and the content?
I think so. I think exposure therapy is honestly the best way to go about any HSC subject, just seeing the questions and familiarizing yourself with the kinds of things that you can get. Because I did it so often and because I was so comfortable with the kinds of questions that were coming up, by the time I got to my exams, because I had been doing them throughout like the entirety of the year, when I got the questions in my exam, I didn't really have to think for too long. I was like, oh, okay, I know exactly what I need to say here. It's like when you practice something enough and you expose yourself enough to the kinds of questions that you get, even if you don't have the most incredible notes in the world, you're getting yourself in that exam mindset and you're getting yourself to think like you would at a HSC and in a HSC exam, which is ultimately what you're going to have to do at the end. So I think it's really important, yeah, irrespective of the quality of your notes or where you're at. I think just exposing yourself to any practice questions for any subject can be really helpful.